So since I have a handful of budget Strats that punch a bit above their weight, I thought I'd do a shootout video of sorts. Probably not as scientific as other shootout videos, but I'll noodle on them and see and point out the similarities and differences. So middle position, simple amplification here, no cheating, no effects. Neck. Bridge. Alright, so this is the Stag SES 60, black on black. Not quite a traditional Strat. Has the humbucker in the bridge and a more than functional tremolo system. Good things are about this. Nice neck, really nice rock maple, roasted maple neck, and headstock all one piece. Neck on this is really nice. Block inlays, rosewood fingerboard. Nice bright pickups, probably the punchiest pickups of the bunch today. And a good functioning tremolo system. Jack on the front, mounted on the face rather than the side. Could upgrade the hardware, such as the tuners, string trees, pickups and what have you. Good thing about this is coil split. You can hear when you pull it out, it splits the pickup. Gives you that thinner sound for those two settings. Nice responsive tremolo. I like this guitar. I think, you know, for whatever it is, 250, 300. I think it reaches into the Squire, at least the upper echelons of Squire, maybe a bit better than the Affinity and Bullet series. So that's the first one I was going to show you. The second one is also a traditional Strat setup. And this is the Eart guitar. Let me do this if I can remember how I noodle on the first one. Also got a functioning tremolo on this. That's the middle, and then this is the neck. And bridge. Not quite as much bite as the Stag SES 60. This is the Erit NKC3 Strat with the mint green pickguard. It looks white on this video, but trust me, it is minty. I'm not sure if that's a faux flame. It might not be. It's certainly a veneer. If not a photo finish. Again, two single coils and then the humbucker and the bridge. Not splittable this time. Same sort of configuration with the controls. Just a single volume and tone on this. Probably more the best tremolo of the bunch. One thing I like about this is this maple neck. It's a really nice maple neck with a satin finish. Yeah, this one plays really, really well. I might lower the action a little bit more on this. I've still got to do some tweaking. These tuners might fool you. They got these sort of fluted keys, which look snazzy, but I think they're just pretty basic tuners. NKC3 is the model, not C1. That's the telly, I think. Designed in St. Louis, Missouri. Not made there for sure. But anyway, this is the Eart cheap Strat, and these go for $2.99. Keep checking Amazon though. I see them as low as $2.09. recently, so you can pick up one fairly cheap. But I think they're probably worth it. Bolted on neck without the neck plate on that one. So yeah, probably not quite the same tonal variance without the coil split, but certainly a decent guitar. Has some. I like the fretboard on this better than the other one, although the necks are good on both, and I probably like this bridge and tremolo system a little bit better as well. Here's a bit of a cheater. This is on the neck, middle, and bridge. So this one's a bit of a cheat because it is a double humbucker, super Strat type thing. But I thought I'd throw it in here since I still have it. What I like about these is the matte finish on the black. Something about the mirror black finishes, they always look kind of smudgy and dirty and finger printed. The black, you don't have to deal with any of that. Simple three-way switch, so you have no splits or anything, and then simple tone and volume. The hardware seems fit pretty decent. Again, nice neck on this. I like the maple neck with the black dot inlays or bar inlays. However, it does have some finish on the back of the neck, so it doesn't have that satin that most people like. And there's the headstock on that, but still decent. These are again around I think these are $299 new. I think maybe a bit more even. So these are from Sawtooth, and the recent models from Sawtooth seem to be a big step up. So I thought I'd throw this in there. And then the sleeper, which is probably going to be the hardest for you to acquire, is what is now discontinued. I just got one of them. I got two of these. This is the one I did on the last couple of videos. This is one of the Eden Sepulveda Strats. Anyway. This is middle position. And then we go to the neck. And bridge. So about this guitar, the nicest pick guard of the three. Again, we have the two single coil and the humbucker. No split on the humbucker on this one. 5-way position switch on face. Jack plate, traditional surf green. Interesting that the humbucker has a silver case and the single coils are white. The thing I like about this the most is the way they did the neck, with the two skunk strikes going straight through one piece of wood to the headstock. Pretty normal tuners. Both the rosewood and maple versions of this are really nice. I normally prefer maple versions, but I have to say this rosewood board is really nice as well. So the necks on these are really good. In fact, the necks on all four of these models you're seeing today, I think are a step up from the $100, $120, $50 variety. I've also had the Licks Pros, the Donners, the Glary, a lot of entry-level $100 Strats. Some I found used, some I found seconds and scratch and dent off. And you can make some good guitars out of those, but I don't think they're quite up to the level of these four here, which are more in your $250, $300 range. First thing, I think the necks on all four of these are a little bit better. I still had to do a ton of setup on all of them, so the QC, because they're small, all four small companies, is a little bit lacking, so you often order these guitars and have to do some setup on them. Normally it's string heights, it's doing a truss rod adjustment, and definitely beveling the fret ends, or what we call fret sprout, on all of them. Sometimes you get other issues. I did have to solder a broken solder joint on the jack on this one. Another thing I like about this one, as opposed to at least two of the others, this one and the Eart guitar have spoke wheel truss rod adjustment, which I really like. It's a lot easier to do. It's less daunting. It's a lot easier to do an adjustment with a spoke wheel tool than it is an Allen wrench. Often having to take off a truss rod plate or something like that. So I like that companies are moving towards the spoke wheel system. It seems to be a little less off-putting, and people might actually attempt to adjust the necks, which may be a bad thing too, because they might just crank them to, improve the string heights or the playing action, which is not what a truss rod adjustment is for. But anyway, for those who watch a video and learn how to do a truss rod adjustment, doing it with a spoke wheel is easier than doing it with a traditional Allen key or Allen wrench. So anyway, there's 4 really interesting, not quite entry level, maybe a little step up from entry level Strats. I mean, they're still budget guitars, they're still cheap, but what I'm saying is they're not the cheapest that you can get online. There's another level just below this, say the $80 to $199 guitars. And we know the brands, there's lots of them out there, and there's always new ones appearing, and they all seem to do an S-style guitar. I just happen to have all 4 of these at the same time. I've been playing them and comparing them, so I thought I'd do a video to show them to you. And again, a couple of videos I did for these, including the Stagg and the Eart Strat copies, the audio was really bad. I had that buzzing problem with my lapel mic, and now using a new USB microphone, so I thought maybe it's a good time to break them out and show them to you in a little cleaner presentation. Again, I choose to use the simple Black Star amp setup because I feel that a lot of review videos are more reviews of people's amps and effects than actual simple guitar sounds. I don't really think you can get a true depiction of a guitar sound through a compressed video, but I think you're more likely to get an idea of how something sounds if it's just a simple signal that is not going through a ton of effects. So that's why I keep it simple for this. I may at some point change my mind on that, but for now I think just a relatively simple practice amp with clean 12 o'clock settings, no delay, no reverb, no multi-effects processes or anything like that. Otherwise, you're just hearing people's gear, outboard gear, rather than the guitars themselves. So that's the sort of aesthetic behind that. All right, folks, I hope this was helpful. Again, all of these guitars, I think, are available on Amazon except for this one. And I do believe that Alan Eden is going to be redesigning their guitars for 2022 a little bit further away from Fender looking because they got slapped. I know the Eart guitars are popular. I know that the Sawtooth guitars are getting popular. And it seems like Stagg is making a bit of a comeback. I used to buy them years ago and got sick of the awful condition that they arrived in. They seem really cheap. I kind of gave up on them. I got this one here and it seems to be improved. Slightly different design, different headstock. And it seems that, it's better than the ones I remember. So I'm willing to give them another chance as well. All right, on to the next one.